This Disney World restaurant is better than all the others, at least on paper.
We're here in Disney Springs at Morimoto Asia, an upscale Pan-Asian restaurant run by none other than Iron Chef Morimoto. You watch Iron Chef?
I'm more of a master chef kind of gal.
Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. Morimoto Asia is located at the Landing in Disney Springs, just by Raglan Road and Gideon's Bakehouse. It is run by Japanese master chef Masaharu Morimoto, who is known worldwide as one of the most inventive forces in Asian cuisine. Morimoto Asia is open for lunch and dinner. Now, reservations are highly recommended. We did get a reservation a few days in advance, but you can walk in. They do have a couple of bars there, first come, first serve. I particularly like to walk in and sit upstairs at the sushi bar and grab sushi. That's one of my favorite things to do. And we said it was good on paper. In 2022, this restaurant was recognized by Michelin Guide. So not only does it have an Iron Chef at the head, but it's also Michelin recommended.
Now, once you step inside Morimoto Asia, the venue is actually massive. It's a 2-story interior with 20-foot long chandeliers. Quincy says they look like jellyfish. I can kind of see that. There's also Shanghai-inspired lounges. There's a private dining space. There's even a sushi bar on the 2nd level where you can come in and eat dinner right in front of the sushi chef and watch them make sushi, which is really, really fun and cool. There's also a VIP-style lounge and an exhibition kitchen where you can see some behind-the-scenes action of all of the chefs. But if for some reason you didn't snag that dining reservation, or maybe you don't want to do the entire sit-down experience, there is right outside Morimoto Asia street food, which offers some counter service eats.
We will be getting a lot of food at Morimoto Asia today. We do have 2 off-screen reporters here with us. Say hi, guys. Hi. See, they're here. The menu here is going to be a Pan-Asian sort of selection. Sushi, sashimi, there's small plates, then there's also dim sum, and then rice and noodles, meat and poultry, vegetable, seafood. They've got desserts and a wide variety of drinks and sake as well. We're gonna be trying out pretty much a little bit of everything on the menu. Not every item, but every section. We're not that crazy.
Is that a challenge?
Fry. It's not a challenge. It's not fry. It's not a fry. They've also got kind of a rotating menu of fish that is pretty unique. Like there's baby barracuda on here, and you can get it kind of as by the piece nigiri or sashimi, which is really cool. All right, we got a selection of the cocktails and mocktails to try first. Here we have the sake sangria, which is sake, light white wine, plum wine, Asian pears, apple, and tangerine juice. You can get it for $17 in a glass, or you can get a carafe that serves 3 to 4 for $47. I went with the lychee martini, which is $18. It is absolute vodka, lychee liqueur, and lychee berries. Fun fact, this is one of my favorite cocktails in the entire world, not just Disney World. Here we have the Forgotten Highball, which is $18, made with Haku Japanese vodka, strawberry rosé, yuzu, and soda water. And then back behind that, we have our mocktail, which is going to be the Blushing Dragon for $9. It is grapefruit, calpico, which is a Japanese non-carbonated soft drink that's kind of like Yakult, and club soda. If you do want any of the mocktails, you can get them alcoholic as well, but we do have a non-alcoholic version today.
All right, and here is my Forgotten Highball. This is really good. Very, very tasty. The soda water is really coming through, but also that strawberry rose flavor and even the lemon peel. Very fruity and refreshing. It's nice and light, so nothing too heavy for me. I think this is great. This is the one that appealed to me on the menu just reading it, and I would get this a lot.
They also have like 3 different highballs. They have the Forbidden, the Forgotten, and does anyone remember the third?
Forsaken.
Forbidden, Forgotten, Forsaken.
Forsaken. I guess forgiven. Forgetting. I had one sip. Forgetting.
As Fry said, this is my favorite cocktail in all of Disney World. I get this a lot. I really enjoy coming to that sushi bar, getting this cocktail, and getting one of the sushi combos and sharing it. It's expensive and worth it, but I'm gonna try the lychee cocktail. I don't usually love super sweet drinks, and I also don't usually love juice-based drinks. This is both of those things. It's super sweet and it's juicy. Lychee fruit is like a super light sweetness that kind of is similar to like almost like a strawberry sweetness, but with not nearly as much like acidity. This drink is like super smooth in your mouth. It's perfectly balanced between the sweetness and the vodka. It's like a perfect martini, and I think about this all the time. I've tried to replicate it at home. I've ordered lychee martini other places, and they are just not as good. And there's a whole lychee fruit in it. Now you gotta glimpse those other two cocktails, but to see what we thought of them, you're gonna have to check out the All Ears review on the AllEars.net website. Every time you see us go to a restaurant on a video, we are also reviewing it online, and we review restaurants all the time. Reporters review restaurants all the time that you will never see in a video. So if you're curious about a specific restaurant or a specific item, head on over to AllEars.net. Odds are we've eaten it before and we'll talk about it. And even if we haven't, we have review pages on our site where you guys can leave your thoughts and other people have left their thoughts, so you can learn all about whether a restaurant might be right for you or not. Shameless plug. And our first course has arrived as well. This is kind of our small plates and appetizers course, and everything looks absolutely amazing. Basically, the way they do this at this restaurant is that everything will come out as you order it, like as it's ready, it'll just come to the table. And they ask you if you're okay with that, so I'm sure if you would prefer things to come out in a specific order, they could do that. Here we have the Berkshire pork lettuce wrap for $16. This is ground Berkshire pork, shiitake mushrooms, bamboo, water chestnuts, hoisin sauce, and baby iceberg lettuce. So kind of sounds like P.F. Chang's lettuce wraps to me. Berkshire is to pork what Wagyu is to beef, so it's very, very fancy pork. We've got the A5 Wagyu burger bao for 2-piece, it's $19. It's house blend ground A5 Wagyu and filet, lettuce, cucumber, and special sauce. And you can get full A5 Wagyu here, including like they come to your table with a certificate of authenticity. They cook it tableside. It is very expensive. It has a minimum of 3 ounces. And per ounce, I think it's about $36 if I remember right. So that's a very expensive option, but if you want to splurge, you can. If not, you can try Wagyu in the bao for just $19. For dim sum, we did get the shumai, which are for $16 purse-shaped dumplings filled with pork, shrimp, mushrooms, and tobiko caviar. Tobiko caviar just being that orange fish roe that you see on a lot of sushi. Comes from flying fish. And speaking of sushi, we also went for just the spicy salmon roll for $17, which is salmon, spicy mayo, and scallion, just to see how delicious their sushi really is. And that's our appetizer course.
Now listen, earlier this week, I tried to DoorDash sushi to the house. I was doing an order from Publix for various items, and they didn't grab my sushi, they just refunded it. So I've been really sad, so I wanted some sushi.
All right, fine.
Thank you. This is our spicy salmon roll.
You need a moment?
Hands down, that is the best salmon roll I've ever had.
Oh, wow.
Super, super fresh. I honestly wish there was more of that spicy mayo. I like a lot of spicy mayo on it. There wasn't enough for me, but it's still, it's there in the very back, not super spiced, don't be afraid. I didn't really taste any sort of like spice level, but very, very good. I would like another piece, but I want to make sure that everybody has enough.
I come here to Morimoto Asia for sushi a lot, which I think I've said 15 times during this video, so I just really wanted to make sure that you guys knew. But it is my favorite sushi ever, except for one place that I've had better sushi, and that's Takumi Tei in Epcot. It's Japan Pavilion. That meal is $250 though, and I can get a roll here for under 20. So the fish is amazing quality, melts in your mouth, super buttery. I did eat a salmon already. It's amazing. The sushi, if you like sushi, this restaurant I think is a must-do.
Oh,
Lettuce wrap, cheers. Are you eating lettuce wraps while you watch this?
of course.
You could be.
He's good.
They're better than P.F. Chang's lettuce wrap.
Well, I think I could have told you that.
They're also spicier, but they're the same general principle. Lots of like ground meat in there. There's a little bit of that like chili spice, and then you've got some like water chestnuts for texture, a really nice kind of soy-based flavor. Absolutely delicious, and then the lettuce adds like the perfect crunch and like cool wrap for it all. I actually really enjoy the amount of heat in this, but I think if you're spice averse, you might have a little trouble. And my big complaint is I wish there was more water chestnut, because the specific crisp of water chestnut is like the best thing in the world in my opinion, and I'm not really getting it here because it's so well mixed in with everything else. These are delicious and I'd absolutely get them again. And I can't believe I've never gotten them before. Fry just did a beautiful job of splitting these bao with only a fork.
Thank you. We only have forks, we didn't have knives.
So, great work.
Thank you. I've only ever had Wagyu one other spot, and that was Paolo's Steakhouse on the Disney Wish. So, I'm excited. That's really good.
Yeah, is it? Now I want to try it. I'm like staring at it.
The combination of the bread with the crunch of like the cucumber and the carrots, and I really like, it's called special sauce.
Do you think it's giving burger, or do you think it's giving like Asian flavor bao?
I think because of the bread. it's giving more burger, like a nice brioche bun, like a nice burger.
Oh, interesting.
Not just like your typical hamburger bun, like this is nice bread, but the flavoring is giving more Asian inspired.
So it's definitely not your typical bao.
No.
That's cool.
No. And also, I didn't know what this was going to look like before we ordered it. I was picturing a bao bun, like Satuli Canteen cheeseburger pods, because that's what I'm used to. This is really good. I think I might like it better than the sushi.
Whoa! We've got the shumai. This is our dim sum, and these are little like pork and shrimp dumplings. They look really good, and they came in this little basket, which was exciting.
We love a cute little basket.
I love a steamer basket.
It was at this moment that she knew.
I forgot sauce.
Oh, how can you forget the sauce? Eat another one. Just kidding.
Another one?
We all want one. Did that work?
A little. A lot of this job is like chewing quickly. So
chewing quickly, gathering your thoughts very quickly
all
after
all
one
at
bite.
once. The dumpling wrapper on this very thin. It perfectly packs everything into like a little package that bursts with flavor. As soon as I put it in my mouth, I was like, wow, I'm gonna have opinions on this because it's so flavorful. And I have opinions on everything, so that wasn't really a surprise. The main flavor I'm actually getting is from the shrimp, and it's making this like nice kind of like seafoody little first bite. And then I also honestly can taste like the Tobiko seasoning, which like Tobiko caviar, it's just like a little bit of like a sea salt air kind of vibe to it. It's very good, it's very meaty. I'm not sure I would get this again just because the flavors are a little more challenging. It's a little more meat forward with the pork and the shrimp, but I still really enjoyed it, and I like would eat another if somebody didn't want one. But I think that it's just a little bit more, this is the most adventurous thing I would say we've had. If you're comfortable with raw fish, obviously, but this is a little more adventurous. I'm glad we got it, and I think dim sum's an important part of a fun meal like this, but it's just really, really meaty, and most of the flavors I'm getting are like meaty shrimp forward flavors. All right, part of our entree course has arrived. Not all of it though. I know, you're on the edge of your seat.
It's going to be a citrus peppercorn paste. You used to season our fish beforehand. That's a really nice bite. We're going to go syrup underneath. Go ahead and chop up our vegetables in the center. We have our ginger sesame soy. It's called our magic sauce. It smells and tastes amazing. The third. One side is going to be sashimi grade for you, and the other side seared, so you get the best of both worlds.
I've had a lot of food today.
Fry, if you've seen the Tusker House review on the channel, Fry filmed that today, and now she's here.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of food today.
And there's just a little small packet, Fry, small, lot of food.
I need it for, you know, running around crazy challenges.
You do, the fuel.
But today has been straight coma all day long. I went home, we took a nap.
So here we have, this is actually the appetizer portion, but it isn't technically an entree. You can get it with 6 ribs too. These are the Morimoto spare ribs for $18. Pork ribs, cilantro, and hoisin sweet chili glaze. Again, the 3 rib appetizer portion. We've also got this bad boy right here, which is one of the most famous dishes here at Morimoto. This is the Morimoto Peking duck. It is $79. It serves 2. It's carved house roasted whole duck with apricot sweet chili, hoisin miso. You then get it with a choice of steamed flour tortillas / pancakes, bao buns, or lettuce cups. And you can get it with steamed white or brown rice. Now this is kind of the famous thing on the menu here. It's apparently amazing, so we are very, very excited to try it. Then we also have another extremely famous dish on the menu. This is from the rice and noodles section. This is the Morimoto Boribap. It is Korean-style yellowtail rice bowl served in a hot clay pot and prepared tableside with an egg yolk. This is a very famous dish because this is actually one of the dishes that Morimoto made, and this dish actually won him Iron Chef Japan. So it is the dish that sort of launched him to fame. All right, I am trying Morimoto's Boribap.
Okay.
I just wanted to announce it with a plum.
Ooh, she's happy. Happy dance.
It's so good. Like, I think what really honestly makes this so spectacular are 2 things. 3 things. Like 10 things, but we'll go with 3. The fish is beautiful yellowtail. It is perfectly cooked in that bowl. It's cooked right in front of you. It comes to the table raw and it cooks against the sides of the bowl. And the way they cook it is the outside they sear and the inside they leave sushi grade. It's cooked a little more on the rice. It's like melt in your mouth. Salty and delicious without being overly fishy, but having just that like great, perfect white fish taste. The rice is really spectacular because it cooks against the clay bowl and there's parts of it that are like sticky and like kind of burned to the bowl in a good way, so you get like a crispy rice situation happening. But I think the real star of this, there's a soy ginger sauce, and what happens is it makes the rice this like savory sweet combination instead of a more traditional savory spicy. It is melt in your mouth, delicious. Like the flavors that come together are just perfect. And he said in the story that when Morimoto won the competition, the chefs were really shocked by the flavors they got out of this. You would be. If you've had like a Korean bibimbap before, which is like a rice-based dish, this doesn't taste anything like that, but it still has all the familiar vibes of it. It's just spectacular, and I love it. And I wish I could eat this every day. Fry is gonna do a demonstration here with the short rib.
Yummy.
We don't have knives. Keep that in mind. But do we need them?
No. Oh.
All right. Well, maybe Fry needs them. No, falls right off.
Right off the bone, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that clean bone.
Oh, it's crazy.
Look
Oh my
at
gosh,
that.
the bone is like clean.
Look at that. Okay, I gotta eat it off the bone. Let me have it.
All right. Oh, immediate happy face. That looks crazy. I'm gonna commandeer this.
Look at this. Oh my gosh. Obviously, it fell right off the bone. I don't know if I've ever seen a cleaner bone than that.
Yeah.
Nice and sweet. A little bit of the tang. Just enough.
It's like a sticky, crunchy situation happening. I literally just heard it crunch when you just took that last bite. Like, they're just delicious short ribs.
They are very good. I would come back for these.
Whoa.
Also, you can get them outside at the street food.
You can. So this is one of those things that if you don't want to come and sit and have a full meal, which we do recommend because it's fabulous, but if you don't want to do all that, you can head out to street food.
There's a reason these are a must-do. Must eat.
She's eating them. We're assembling our duck situation here. I've never had Peking duck. Have you?
No, I'm not.
All right, welcome to my duck pancake situation.
Yeah, everybody just get your Peking duck that you have in the fridge. Eat it with us. That's a thinking face.
There's like a lot happening. This is really crazy. The pancakes are pretty much just flour tortillas. They're relatively thin, texturally very soft and delicious, and they're great to like pack up your little bite of Peking duck. The duck itself, super flavorful and delicious. Each piece, I'm actually gonna like manhandle some duck right now. Apologies to everyone. Each piece has a fat cap kind of on the top that you can see, and this melts in your mouth like a butter. The duck itself is very well cooked and like super easy to bite through and bite into. Honestly, that first bite, there were so many flavors happening in my mouth that I didn't even know like what the duck's flavor was. It definitely has the sort of like fattier, meatier, very like poultry forward flavor of duck. And then the skin on it is this super crispy, like outside that's like kind of got a sweetness to it. The sauces, I think, are what make this. I over-sauced mine a bit, so I couldn't taste the duck that much, but that worked great for me because I'm not a big duck fan. And I also really enjoyed putting the little pieces of like zucchini on with it to make it have a bit of crunch. Overall, like a really fun and delicious dish that has a lot of amazing flavor, like so much so that I couldn't even really understand like what was happening in my mouth when I first bit it, but fatty and rich, along with like sweetness from the sauces and savory spices and the crunch from the edge of the skin, absolutely delicious. I think if you like duck, this is a must get. And I don't even like duck, and I would like order this to my table again. So I also think it's like a 4-2 platter for an entree, but you could get this and split it between more than two as long as you've got a couple other things to the table. We've been eating pretty much everything here family style. I think that's a great way to try more here at Morimoto. We've opted for a small dessert because we've had a lot of food. We just went with the churro donuts. Yes, you heard me right. Churro donuts. How's that for filmography, cinematography?
Oh, girl.
Listen, Fry went to school for film and I'm over here just butchering. These come with miso caramel. And that sounds really exciting to me. I love miso, so I'm really excited to try these. And Fry is gonna give them a try.
First bite, I'll do without the sauce, because gotta try the actual churro donut.
Is it more churro-y or donut-y?
It's more donut-y.
Oh, I'm excited by that. I prefer a donut to a churro.
Yeah, I think it's more donut-y. Now miso, caramel. I don't love it.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna have to try it on camera too because I really love miso.
I think you'll probably like it. I don't think I like it. I like this without the sauce. But it's not, I mean, it's not straight caramel. I know that, but I was expecting that. I wanted the caramel from Germany.
The miso caramel reminds me of the caramel you get on Bananas Foster's, which is there's alcohol in that, and so the miso is creating kind of a different spin on the caramel. It makes it feel like super sugary sweet, which obviously caramel always does, but there's like a little bit of like something special to it, and it's really reminding me of the kind of caramel you get that comes with Bananas Foster's. The donut's super crispy on the outside, super doughy on the inside. It's a little too much crisp to dough ratio. I wish it was a little doughier, maybe if they were a little bigger. I've offended one of our reporters. She just looked at me like I slapped her. She's also closing her eyes and just taking repeated bites of the donut. So I would say though, these are a crowd pleaser. If you like churros, if you like donuts, which who doesn't, then you should be getting this dessert. I think this is one of those things where it's just like, you see it on Instagram and you're like, well, obviously I have to try churro donuts. And you do, they're very good. And I love the caramel. It's got like that, I really love the caramel. I'm sorry you don't.
It's okay, you can have it.
Overall thoughts, I love this restaurant. I love this restaurant and I recommend it.
Nice.
How do you feel about it?
I really like it. Overall, I think it's more of a special occasion kind of situation. I don't think I would come here like often, but you know, special date night, celebrating something. I think I would come to the street food more often now that I've actually eaten at the restaurant.
I can agree with that. I think that for me, the restaurant is definitely priced more like a special occasion restaurant. A lot of those entrees are $30 to $40. That Peking duck was $70, $79. So it's definitely on the pricey side. The sushi roll is almost 20 bucks a lot of the time. So it's just a lot of money. The food is amazing quality, but it is a splurge, and it's a splurge you have to make consciously. I also don't think this is a restaurant for picky eaters.
No, I was just thinking that.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with Asian food, or you don't like Asian food, or you are a picky eater, I think this restaurant is going to be a little bit challenging. They do have some more familiar things like beef lo mein or fried rice, things like that. They have orange chicken, but the flavors are going to be a little more elevated, and that doesn't always mean easy to like. I have come here on special occasions and probably will continue to do so.
But again, I'm coming back to Morimoto street food for those ribs.
Yeah, I think if you just want to try some Morimoto food, if you're a big Iron Chef fan, Morimoto street food, you can try a lot of the really good stuff, and they it's cheap and it's a walk-up counter. But also Morimoto, great for a fantastic special occasion.
Yes. I also would come back into the sushi bar like you do.
That's what I do. There's a sushi combo that's 60 bucks that I split and get a cocktail each. It's like $100 kind of situation. It's really not bad for like a really elevated experience. And you sit at the sushi bar and they make the sushi in front of you, and it's these incredible sushi chefs. So I can recommend that as well.
If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe.
Now go watch our full review of Tusker House.